Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Let's Get Chatting podcast. Today, we have got a very special guest. We got Liam, the sign guy, TikTok superstar, as I've seen some people say, and then obviously we've got Uncle Bix in the building, Jamie B. I like to start this off with everybody and just basically ask how your day's been, just to sort of get in the flow of the conversation, see how, and just get talking, and then we'll go from there. So, Bix, what have you been up to?
I have taken my 5 children out to a play area today. It's been
still shocks.
Yeah, it's a lot of loud noise, as you can imagine. And then we went out some food after. So yeah, it was all right. Not a bad day, to be fair. Pretty standard.
Basically paying an expensive bill too, then, yeah.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
What about you, Liam? What you've been up to? You've had a hard day, so it's
God, man, yeah. So outside of sign guy life, I'm a spray painting contractor, and we've just recently sort of delved hardcore into the commercial world.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it's busy, man. Yeah, it's like we take on, normally with jobs that we do, we complete normally in like a 2-day turnaround, whereas with little background on spray painting. So obviously when you spray stuff, you'll mask up areas that you need to do. You'll do your painting work, and then you'd normally get like snagging at the end of a job. You basically have like clean up of site, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we're just in routine of like these 2-3 day jobs, and clean up in like sort of 5-6 hours tops type thing. This job went on for 6 days. Obviously it's much bigger scale. So we're like, yeah, we'll just turn up today. We'll clean up site. Job's a good one. Yeah.
Easy Saturday,
It don't roll like that. I turned out and I was like, oh my God, there's this to do, there's this to do. And then, nice London traffic on the way out. So yeah, treat.
Yeah, because that's a tricky job in itself, isn't it? Because my best mate, he does that. He's got his own setup himself. And yeah, that is a tricky job because they got to go into the ovens, and then any cars that get peeling and all that sort of
Oh, mate, yeah. If it can go wrong, it'll go wrong with spray painting. Trust me. If there's any mistake that can be made, we've made it and learnt from it. Yeah, it's one of those things. I think we've got it locked down now pretty well. To be fair, we tend not to get too many slip ups now. Everything seems to be pretty kosher.
So like volume 2 coming soon, Liam the spray guy.
Yeah, that's spray painting. Yeah.
I was saying to Liam earlier, but obviously we're telecoms engineers, so we know exactly what like London traffic's like. It's
horrible.
Honestly, it's like
nice joke.
Oh, it's the worst thing in the world. It genuinely is. Like if I see in my diary the next day I'm in London, I'm like, I need to be leaving by 1 p.m. to get home at a decent time. Do you know what I mean? It's
God, yeah, mate. Yeah. Straight up. Take it like from the distance of like M25 to Bath, where you guys are, can take the same amount of time as getting from central London to the M25.
Oh yeah. Sometimes from central London to central London.
Yeah. Sometimes you feel like get out and walk. Right?
People just don't get it, do they? They other people who haven't done it. They don't get it. So Well, today what have I done? I've actually had a wild chill day. I streamed some Fortnite this morning because I do a little bit of gaming on the side, and then I moved my studio around. It used to be more of a podcast studio because we used to do it in person.
Yeah.
But now we do it here. So like the sofa and that, I just fucked that out the door and got my like cool gaming shit back up. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
Mug guy, you had a good day then, yeah.
Yeah, enjoyed that. And my little boy was at my mum's, so we went and picked him up, which was is always interesting because he gets what he wants at Nanny's house, and then he comes back and expects to get what he wants, and it doesn't. That doesn't cut here. Yeah. So that's always interesting. Cool. Well, at least we've all had different types of days, I guess.
So good now. I've got a glass of wine, so it's forgotten about that.
Liam the wine guy. We got it all going on.
Yeah, that's the wine.
You'll see later, like all these accounts being made on like TikTok and Instagram.
Oh God, yeah.
The spray guy, the wine guy.
Spray guy, wine guy. Yeah.
What's it like managing it? Just like before we jump into anything, like is it hardcore to manage like a lot of like interaction stuff like that, or
ruthless?
Yeah, I can imagine your phones. How many phones you got? Like 6. One for TikTok,
I run
one
it
for Instagram.
Like I run it literally. To be honest, it was kind of progressive. So naturally, when it initially started, was quite laid back. It was quite chill. Obviously, when you start anything on social media, it's slow to start. Well, I'm going to say mine was slow to start, but in social media terms, it was a rocket. But like the first sort of So basically, I'll take you back to sort of the beginning.
Yeah,
like,
start us from the
yeah.
beginning.
I first. Do you want to know how I started cycling?
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
roll it,
Before
the
we
whole
get
sort of thing like
into that,
Go
the
on.
only thing I will ask is, before we get into any of that, is, was it intentional? Like, did you go, right, this is cool, I'm going to do this? Or was it like, oh, I'll just do it and then boom?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't intentional.
Okay.
And then it became intentional.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
it kind of evolved through realizing that, you know, this is something like that people like actually
People
really,
like, yeah.
like
Yeah.
I never expected like the figures that it's
I've
dropping
watched it
out.
Yeah,
so
so have I.
much, like,
So
because
have I.
it just
Wild.
takes you like
Yeah,
that. It's
it
just,
does.
It's mental, isn't it? Like, I know, it's like I catch people doom scrolling and you know, if they're flicking through and they're just mindlessly flicking through social media, if they hit the video, like, what's mad is, sorry about that, guys.
That's all right. You're all good.
The video itself is like a hook.
Yeah.
Sorry, just bear with me one second. I'm really
No, you're
sorry
all
about
good.
that, guys. That's my business partner. I just need to ping him something through on a message. Really,
You're all good, mate. You're all good.
I can talk and do it. Basically, it started off as like, I used to be a window cleaner, and back in 2019, I cleaned road signs as like a promotion for my window cleaning business.
Oh, okay.
And that is what stemmed into. Hang on just 1 second. Sorry, I'm just copying an iCloud.
You're all good, mate. You're all good.
It never stops. My life is just literally like this. It's so hectic.
Blessing and a curse.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, no, I'd be the first person to whinge if I was quiet, honestly. But yeah, so I'm not going to moan too much. Why has it just done that? Sorry, let me just make sure that it's actually.
So, how many, like, because Bix, we've obviously seen it. Like, what do you think like gets you hooked? Like, what is it? Is it the sound? Is it just because it's the same with the carpet cleaning?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's
The ones that
all-
spray the rugs and that.
Yeah.
Like you get that guy that just sprays like the rugs and gets like the shit old rugs and makes them clean again.
So sick. It's so
And
sick.
it's just, I don't know. It's
I think-
quite
I think
soothing.
it comes from
Is that
like.
the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, I'd
Soothing?
say so. Satisfying, soothing. Yeah, it's like there's something rewarding about seeing something dirty become clean. And
Yeah.
I think everybody shares that as a human being. Like, no matter where you are in the planet, like if something's dirty and it's cleaned in front of you in sort of a therapeutic, satisfying way,
That's
then
the word I was looking for.
spot.
Therapeutic.
Yeah.
So mine. Do you want me to loop back in? Sorry.
Yeah. Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So it stemmed from basically when I was 20 years old. I'm 28 now. When I was 20 years old, I set up a window cleaning business.
Okay.
I'd got about $7,000 to my name from a previous job. I didn't like the guy that I worked for. The business ended up going bust. And I said to my mum and dad, I was like, you know what? I'm fed up of working for like Mickey Mouse bits and bobs here and there. I was like, I'm just going to set up my own window cleaning business. So
Yeah.
I was actually a door-to-door salesman for window cleaning before I became a window cleaner, which is what sort of gave me the idea, as in I'll just do this myself.
Yeah. Sure.
So the money that I got saved up from that job, I paid for a van, insurance for the year, all the equipment, all my water filtration system, everything, and it cost me about $7,000. Right, so it took me from that to zero. Right,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the beauty is that I owned everything that I had.
Yeah.
So the problem that I had now, though, was that I had all this equipment all bought and paid for. Still lived at mum and dad's, so I didn't have like bills to pay or anything
Yeah.
like that. But I had no income. So I was like, I'd been out, done a little bit of door knocking. It was a little bit sort of difficult to pick up like a substantial amount of customers. I probably managed to bag about 20 or 30, like over a couple of weeks type thing of being like hard at it. And I was like, this just isn't enough. I was like, I need like more exposure, more push. Like I need to put the business in front of more people and try and drum up more business. And I had no money. And if you're self-employed, the most common saying is your time's your money.
Yeah.
So a little light bulb moment. And I thought, well, why not spend time? And I saw that the road signs in the town were filthy. Like some of them were just unreadable, like 40 like that, just completely green. Like you couldn't even tell what it was. And I thought, well, I clean like conservatories and stuff that get green on and windows with green on, and this brush just whips it straight off. So I was like, I cleaned the signs. So I just pulled over. I said to my dad, I said, I'm going to go out and clean some road signs. He's like, you what? I was like, honestly, I was like,
Free
I'm just
exposure.
cleaning the signs. Yeah, I'm going to clean the signs. I'm going to take before and after pictures, and I'm going to post them on the local Facebook page.
Yeah, good shout. Yeah.
And I thought, if I hit the community in a different way, then that might just create like a sort of a positive impression. Like people like to buy from things that they like.
Yeah, it's so simple as well.
Yeah.
It's like such an easy idea. So many people wouldn't have and it's obviously you're doing it out of a kindness as well. And I think that's where a lot of people wouldn't hit that mark, is because most people these days, they don't have that kindness about them where they're like, you know what, I'll do something for the community as well as promote myself. It's two birds, one stone, isn't it?
Absolutely, mate. Yeah.
And it's so niche as well. Like there's,
mate,
yeah.
Yeah,
I only know you. Like that's the only person I know that does it. Yeah.
There's probably about 100 now, but
No, I've had a few copycats. I'm not gonna lie, but it was always gonna happen, wasn't it?
So did you have to ask for any permission to do it? Like, did you have to? Nah. Okay, cool.
No, just do it. So at that time, obviously, it was all in the town, so it was no major like A roads, no like you've got to have a reasonable like common sense with it. I can't just be pulling over on the A1 and hard shouldering it. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be doing that. But so basically, I just went and did it. Right, I just went and cleaned the signs. I took before and I did about 14 signs or something like that in the local town, like the worst ones that I could find.
Sure.
Cleaned them, and I took before and after photos. This is before like I filmed them in a video or anything like that. I just literally took a picture of it before, picture of it after.
Yeah.
Posted them on the Facebook page, and I said, I suppose overinflated it in a way, was like, thank you to the community for everybody that's helped share my Facebook posts and stuff like that and helped me get some business as a 20-year-old lad setting up his own window cleaning business. It's been quite hard, but appreciate all the support from everybody that I've received. I thought I'd do something nice. I noticed all these road signs were filthy. Here's the before and after pictures. Hopes it makes a difference to the aesthetic of the area and it makes a difference for all you guys using the roads.
Yeah.
And I just uploaded it, and it did fairly well. I uploaded it about 8:00 at night, something like that. And I woke up in the morning and, mate, like intergalactic,
blowing up.
But yeah, thousands of likes,
really that quick.
And that's all just from kindness as
That's just from the Facebook. That's from Retford. So I'm from a town called Retford in Nottinghamshire before I moved down.
That is so funny. Could we just stop for a second? This is hilarious. All right. So before we started, obviously we heard you sound northern, right?
Yeah.
So my old man's from Nottingham. And we wind him up all the time, Northern. And he's like, he was going, if he's from Nottingham, he'll know your dad messing around. And then you just said you're from Nottingham. That's actually killed it off. That's fucking amazing. That's brilliant.
But yeah, wow. So I'm from Nottinghamshire, so I'm about 40 minutes outside Notts.
I was born in Mansfield, so.
Oh, sorry to hear that, mate.
It's a rough place.
Yeah, sorry about that, bro. But yeah, so obviously I hit the Retford community. What's it called? Retford information page. That's what it was called. So I posted it on there, and then when I woke up in the morning, like obviously Facebook notifications like through the roof. It was like just said 99 plus. And I was like, okay. So clicked on it, and man, it had gone absolutely chicken. So I think there was like a good few hundred comments and a few thousand likes and stuff. But you got to remember, this is from a town of like 20,000 odd people. So like you've hit like a sixth of the town have engaged with this, which is a decent metric, you know what I mean? So it
sounds like silly as well, but it's pre-COVID, and as silly as it sounds, pre-COVID social media wasn't what social media is now.
No,
like it was big, but it's not what it is now.
It was early, so it was March 2019.
Okay.
Tell a lie. It was beginning of Feb 2019, because in March that was where like sort of sign guy sort of thing was born, so to say, because so I posted it on the local community page, got a lot of direct messages, people wanting a quote for window cleaning and stuff like that. So the effect had worked sort of how I thought, more than what I wanted. Of course. The impact was more significant than I expected. So I had a load of people, inbox me, can I get a quote, blah, 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 love what you've done, next, that kind of general sort of stuff. I think it took me up to about sort of like 80, 90 customers in like a week, which was
that's more than most window cleaners get, right?
So it drummed up business way faster.
Yeah.
And then I thought, this works. So I sort of went just slight outskirts of the town, found some more signs about 6 days later, and then did it again and uploaded it. Same big reaction, everybody loving it. This is amazing, Liam. You make such a difference, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there was quite a lot of traction behind it online. And I came home and I said to my mum one day, I was like, wouldn't it be amazing if like the local newspaper got in touch and something like that? And it just sort of kept sort of momentum.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And literally like 45 minutes after I said that, they called me.
Wow.
It's only the Redford Times, it's just a small time town newspaper. It's just a regional newspaper. Rang me up, asked me to get a picture in front of a sign, and then did a phone interview, and they ran a story. But that was the key turning point.
Right. Okay.
Because it was no longer now just on social media. It's now in the press.
Yeah.
When something, so I know this now because I've used this system and method multiple times now to grow the channel to what it is today.
Yep.
So when you make an impact on a town, you'll find that the local media will want to run that story because of, that's good content for them to say, because it's what people are interested in talking about right now. Is a hot topic. So they'll 9 times out of 10, they want in on it.
Yeah, of course.
So the Retford Times ran this story. And for me, I thought, this had peaked. I was like, epic.
Little did he know.
Yeah. So I was obviously still getting influxes of people requesting quotes and stuff like that. So I was still gaining lots of customers.
The media hits a different customer base, and probably more of a customer base for you because it's the elderly, isn't it, who can't do it themselves.
Yes. So that is also a perfect demographic for a window cleaner because they're reliable.
Yeah.
These are the people that will have their windows cleaned every 4 weeks, pay you on the day every day.
Yeah.
Clockwork. And that's a window cleaner. That is perfection. That's what you want. So they ran the story, and, my mum and everybody were like, oh, this is unbelievable. Everyone in the town was sort of talking about it. And it was a real like positive thing. It really
local celeb, local heroes.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, it kind of like really united the community a little bit. Like there was definitely like an aura that followed it that was quite cool.
Yeah.
And about 6 days after that, I was out cleaning my new customers. And obviously I used to work on my own. So just had, headphones in, listening to music, cleaning away. And I got a phone call from a private number. And, most people, like including myself, you get private numbers.
Yeah, I ain't answering
that.
Yeah.
You tell me who you are, then fuck off. Like, I talk to you. And I thought, I've been on my own for the last 6 hours just cleaning. See what it is, right? And I answered the phone, and that's so mad because I could have like 50-50 pied that phone call. And just one thing to note here, which is quite funny, which ties into this, is I also like vexed all of the window cleaners in the town because
you were the number one.
Come in, like these guys have been doing it 20 years, and I've just the attention of the town, and everybody's openly, publicly asking this guy for quotes. So, and window cleaners, as an industry as a whole, like it's probably got like the most amount of shit houses in it out of a lot of industries.
I've been in telecoms a while, mate.
You hear about the ice cream man wars, like window cleaners like war with each other over a patch and stuff. So like very sentimental.
I have heard that around here as well. That
it's nationwide. Yeah, that's a known thing. So anyway, I ended up vexing a few window cleaners. Nothing deep. They just put like a little snotty shitty comment or something.
Yeah.
You just think, fuck off, right? But I got this phone call, and obviously I answered it, and he was like, "Oh, hi, is that Liam?" I was like, "Yeah, speaking." And he's like, "Oh, hi, my name's Reese. I'm calling on behalf of Sky News."
Fucking
what and I was just like, yeah, I was like, what fuckers 141 my number? I was like, shut up. Like, and I didn't say that, obviously. I just played it really coy. I thought, because if you're trying to prank me, I'm not going to give you the reaction that you're looking for.
Yeah,
but
no,
also, if you are Sky News, I don't want to like tell you that you're not. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, I was just like, all right, yeah, cool. And he's like, yeah, we've seen your story. We saw it in one of our, whatever you want to call them, people that filter through the press, so to say, is that they've picked up the story, and we love it. We think it's amazing. Like, would you be interested in coming on the Cave Early show this afternoon on a Skype call? And I was just like, Yeah, can do. Yeah, and I was still semi-coy, and then he started talking about technicians and timings and how this is going to work, and have you got a good background that you can put in, and I was just like, this is legit. Like this is actually he was on the phone, like, and it was, and that afternoon. I literally rushed around, finished all my cleans quickly, rang my mum. I was like, you ain't going to believe this. I was like, she's like, shut up. I was like, swear to God. I was like, Sky News rang my phone and asked me to come on the Kate Burley show. So obviously she's belling around Nan, Grandad, everybody, like, going wild.
A star is born.
Yeah, literally.
Your mum was there doing hair and makeup for you and the lot, like.
So that was that. And that afternoon, obviously, I went on live TV on my phone in a sort of like a landmark building of Retford as the background, and did this Skype call. It was only like 6-7 minutes, you know what I mean? Nothing major, like, but I was like, wow. I was like,
still nuts.
This is peaked. I was like, loads of people from Retford were also posting it on the information page, because they're like, obviously it brought like a sense of community. Everybody was really proud to see this young lad like this had done so well to hit mainstream news and stuff like that. So there was a lot of like love from the town, which was really nice. And for me, I was like, that has peaked now. I was like, that, where
do you go from here?
Really, like, because of the nature of what it was, I was like, how does it sort of excel from that? And anyway, so obviously that brought in more customers, so to say, because there was another influx and a lot of messages through social media from people all over the world that had watched that. I've got messages from Australia, New Zealand, and everything. Like, it was crazy. Nice. And obviously this sort of goes back into the cycle now. I'm back out and cleaning all my customers, and it was literally bang on a week after Sky News, and I got another phone call from a private number. Right,
and here we go again.
These up now. I was like, this is mega. So I answered the phone, and he was like, "Oh, hi, is that Liam?" I'm like, "Yeah, speaking." He's like, "Hi, my name's Chris. I'm calling from BBC East Midlands." Like, he's not even dead yet. I was like,
"I've got a day job, bro. Come on."
I was like, "What?" So what he wanted to do was like one step further. So he was coming out as like, he's a production guy. So he was coming out with all of the media filming kit. And what he wanted to do was do like an interview with me, filming with me, clean a road sign with me, and then compile that into sort of like your 2-minute video that you see on social media. And he was like, "Look, we're planning on filming this. We're going to put it on social media. Possibility it might be televised and everything as well." And I was like, "Oh, wicked!" Right? And I can't really. At that time, I was a bit naive to social media, and when he filmed the video, and about 5 days later messaged me saying that the video is complete, it's going on all the social media, it's not televised. And I was a bit like, oh, you know what I mean? I kind of wanted it to be on TV. That's cool.
Of course,
you lock yourself on TV. I was like, nah. And I majorly underestimated the social media impact.
Like, I think a lot of people do, don't they?
Yeah. So, little funny fact. I believe, someone, feel free to fact check me, but I believe I'm correct in what I say here. It was the highest viewed video that the BBC uploaded on their social media in 2019.
Wow, I'll take your word for it. I believe that. I believe that 100%.
I'm pretty sure that's the case. There was one other video that they had super viral, and I think we were very close to each other, but I think I just tipped it. Because if you compile what they hit on Instagram and Facebook together collectively. So, like, I don't know the exact figures of the other one, but I do remember the figure from Facebook.
So he's not only pissing off window cleaners, it's now other trying to be viral superstars. Like, just ruining everybody.
Just getting them on parade, like. But so it did 57 million views on Facebook. I remember that.
Jesus.
Wow. Which, the BBC couldn't ignore then. And obviously they pushed the life out of this, and then they pushed it onto national news. And quite a cool thing about this, I mean, I don't know if you guys, I don't really watch the news too much, but like, obviously you've seen it before. When they do a segment on something, they'll talk more and show little sections of a clip whilst speaking. And what they did is they put it on BBC. Obviously, Chris would tell me when it was going on before it was on. Do you know what I mean? So as I could watch it and know that it was going to be aired.
Yeah.
So they hit it on Facebook, and within about 4 days it had hit that 47 million. Which I don't know if you guys know much about social media, but if it's going to hit that in 4 days, that's fucking
I mean,
insane.
Yeah.
That's nutty.
It did that, and he rang me up. He was like, "Mate, this is popping off. Like, his story's going crazy. They've got thousands of people messaging him from all over the world. Like, and he says it's going on national news tonight. And when we watch News at 7 as it comes on, I was watching it with mum and dad at the beginning. They're talking about what's in tonight's show, and they said, and we've got Liam, who's cleaned up signs in his local community and blah blah blah. And at the end of the news, just before 7:30, they played the entire 2-minute clip.
Wow.
To close the program.
Wow.
And I was like, that's
like SmackDown main event. That's like the main event.
That's Impact. Yeah, that's like end set. Do you know what I mean? Like
encore.
Headliner. So mad. So they did that. And then a couple of days later, they invited me down onto the One Show.
What a life! That's so crazy how it just goes.
Oh, mate, it just went like.
And what was the time frame on that though? Like from
this all happened from. So I did it at the end of Feb, and then by end of March, I was on the One Show. So this traction was just going balmy for about 4 weeks.
How did you prepare yourself? Like, did you have any time to like mentally be like, fucking hell, Liam, like it's time?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm not really a planner. I'm quite an off-the-cuff person. Like It's quite funny that I find it very comfortable to speak on a camera. Like
I was gonna say, like I was gonna ask like later on anyway, but I'll ask it now, like because I would have assumed you've been to uni, done a business degree. Like, I would have assumed that just talking to you, how you come across, how you speak, how you're talking about it as well, comes across as if you've like not trained to be this because you are like what you would call a viral sensation, but like. You just the way you speak and everything is really. I would have thought you've done like uni degree or something like that, so you could tell you're super comfortable for sure.
Yeah, no, I mean to be honest, I dropped out of school at 16.
Same.
I was. Yeah. I mean, I was never like a nerd at school. I would say I'm more of a nerd now.
Same.
Than when I was at school. Like so, I was always in the top sets. Like I was always been like. Smart, so to say, but I was never like I didn't revise for anything. I didn't like take it seriously, so to say.
I'm quite similar to
but like sort of post school, I'm actually quite a geek. Like I'm an avid podcast listener. Like I love Joe Rogan. I love the deep. I love the human biology. I love give me all of the nerdy shit, man. I like physics, quantum physics. Like I just want to hear about it. So
same as that, man.
Yeah, I'm a bit like I suppose that's sort of helped with. Sort of like vocabulary. I'd say that now at this age now I've probably got a semi-decent vocabulary just from listening to professional people.
I've learned way more listening to podcasts and YouTube videos than I ever would have or did in school. 100%.
Like, and I love a podcast. Like there's only I do so much driving, so many hours driving that you get bored of music. You get bored of music, so give me a podcast and I'll
the music ruins the time for me as well because I'm like, oh, that's a 3-minute song. I've got 3 hours to drive. That's 300. Oh no, I can't do that. Like there's too many songs.
Yeah. And it's like you can like enjoyably educate yourself, like just driving.
Exactly.
You sort of utilize that time that would otherwise be wasted. Like
100%.
And I like that. So I think that sort of helps with me feeling sort of comfortable. I've always been a chatty person anyway, so like it kind of sinks in.
That's a northern thing, that. That's a northern thing.
Yeah. Northerners are friendly, man. As a general rule, anyway.
100%.
I'm sure there's a few dicks up there, like, but yeah.
Yeah, my dad.
But yeah, so obviously, so they invited me down on the One Show. That was with Matt and Alex. I don't know who's on it now. I don't know if it's still Matt and Alex or whatever, but at the time it was Matt and Alex. It was quite cool because they paid for my train down to King's Cross.
Sick.
And I had a driver waiting for me. So I had he stood there with my name, like when you see
really like an airport.
Did you know
Liam Wildish, right? He had a Liam Wildish, yeah. And it was like a big Mercedes S-Class, right? Wow. So I jumped to the back of this S-Class. It drove me to the BBC headquarters in London.
Did they make you take your kit or anything, like your brush? No.
No, it was literally just to chat about it, really. Like, and that was in the studio. They were doing like an environmental theme type thing, so I kind of fitted it in with
perfect for you,
like cleaning type thing. So yeah, they liked that. So yeah, that was the One Show, and then after that. That pretty much dipped It's obviously going to peak at some point. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And that was it really. That's sort of from first Sign Clean community page, local paper, Sky News, BBC, boom, and then that's what really blew it up.
Okay.
So from then, I always knew that sign cleaning had like a positive impact.
Sure.
Like people like it, like en masse. Like it kind of appeals to anybody that drives a car.
Yeah.
It appeals to anybody that likes things being cleaned. Which
anyone who walks down the street, really, or likes their community, which is nearly 100% of people. It should be.
Exactly, and it's just it's such a simplistic thing that just appeals to so many people. It's like food, everybody likes food because you have to eat. Like, everyone likes something about food. It's not like cars or whatever, where some like cars, some don't care. You know what I mean? Like, it kind of covers everybody as a whole. So yeah, then off the back end of this, I had thousands of people want me to be their window cleaner, and I was just inundated. I couldn't deal with it. I had about 400 customers, and then I just capped it, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
Was it just people though, or like did like your local council get involved to say, look, we actually like you to clean these signs, or nothing like that? Because you know what I mean, like something like that.
No, I just got a straight
because
go on, sorry.
Yeah, just because it's like safety, isn't it? Really, like for drivers and stuff. If you got a filthy sign, they can't see shit.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
So, yeah, I agree. But the other side of it is that I clean signs voluntarily. Obviously, I use common sense. I'm not an idiot. I don't do anything that would cause any danger to myself or anybody else. If it's a sign that's really clean, but it's not a suitable place for me to do it, then I don't do it. I haven't got a traffic management team. If something was to happen to somebody, like I can't take that risk.
Of course.
It is. Unfortunately, that is just the council's responsibility, and they have got to sort that sign out. And I can't cause danger to any council.
Yeah, no, of course, 100%.
So, but basically, obviously, because the BBC ran the story, they reached out to Nottinghamshire County Council for sort of an opinion on it. And they said, I basically just got a disclaimer, which is fine. I'll tell you why they have to do that. So they said, look, we applaud Liam for his community spirited approach. However, it's on him if anything happens.
Yeah,
that was basically
they're not liable then.
So this is the other side of it. The council can't be seen to approve of it, because if something was to happen to somebody, then there could be liability fall on.
Yeah, of course.
So, I understand.
That makes total sense.
They're just ticking boxes their end.
Yeah, 100%. And jumping forward to sort of social media now, naturally, it does cause a little bit of like public conflict against the council as to like, well, why are the council not doing this type thing? And it does tend to bring a little bit of politics into it, which I don't partake in.
Yeah, no,
I'm not out here to like make a point at the council, like, well, I can do it, so why can't you? Like, I don't care. Like, I literally don't care about. If
that thought did come onto my head earlier, though. When I was watching the videos, like, why aren't people doing this?
This is it, yeah. And obviously, a lot more people voice that in the comment section and stuff like that. And I just, they might say like, "Oh, this is really amazing. You've done a great job, but shouldn't the council be doing this?" And I'll respond to their comment and I'll go, "Oh, thank you. Really appreciate the support."
Yeah,
and I just don't even mention the council.
With that, I think a lot of that that's not even coming down to the council not doing it or who's doing it or whatever. I think that just comes down to, unfortunately, the country's in a negative state and everyone's negative about everything at the minute. So it's like, boom, 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 let's just be negative about it, So it'll go over.
Yeah, 100%. And there's a lot going on behind the scenes. Like I think there's a lot of budget, because obviously local councils get funding from further up from government, and I think a lot of them have had quite significant budget cuts throughout here and there. And obviously sign cleaning is not considered a priority, like emptying your bins and everything like that is obviously priority stuff. So signs have taken a bit of a back seat. So I don't point the blame game or anything. No,
of course not.
I quite enjoy creating the content. I quite enjoy going out and cleaning the signs. It's quite a rewarding thing to do. You are making a positive impact. It's like I always compare it to like going to the gym. Yeah. So you go to the gym because it's productive and you feel good and it's for your mental state and your physical state. I go out and clean road signs because I quite enjoy doing it.
Is it as therapeutic for you as it is us?
Yeah, well, yeah.
There we go then.
I kind of enjoy it, and it's like, and I've got this like cool online community now that like watching me clean road signs, and I like speaking to them. And I'm quite fortunate in the fact that social media, obviously, a place full of controversies and negatives, that I'm in a positive community
100%.
where people are supportive and they like it, and it's nice because it sort of radiates positivity from everybody. So it's quite a nice place to be in social media, so to say.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So do you get requests and shit? Like, you may talk about this, but like, I bet you get loads. And do you do those, or is it?
Yeah, I try to. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm a full-time spray painter. I mean, it's very common that I'm working 70 hours a week. So I have to try and fit that in on a weekend, and drag the missus out with me. She's my camera lady.
I'll take you for dinner on the way. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, she normally likes Nero in the morning. That does a Cafe Nero. Sort her out, some caffeine for you. Get that camera out. So yeah, and we kind of do it together. And that's kind of just that's what it is now. But
wow,
I started doing social media.
Whose idea was it to video it?
Mine.
Yours. Good.
So I was speaking to a friend of mine who lives in Thailand now. I went to school with him.
Okay.
He's quite tech savvy. So he's been making like animated like little TikTok video type things.
Yeah.
And he was talking to me about getting it going, and sort of everything's been performing quite well and whatever. And I just kind of had this bit of a moment, and I said, do you remember that sign cleaning thing that I did? Because this is you're jumping forward 4 years. Obviously, I'm no longer a window cleaner.
Yeah.
So I stopped window cleaning about 7 months after all of this major hype, because I had an accident. I've had my left shoulder fully reconstructed.
Oh wow! Okay.
I was out of work for about 7 months. Obviously, window cleaning customers won't wait 7 months.
Yeah, so of course.
I sold the business, and I had COVID happened, and I just had kind of like 6 to 8 months out of work, just sort of chilling and doing nothing.
Thing, man.
No one really did they in COVID?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then I moved down south, met my missus. I set up a really tiny window cleaning round one winter, because we used to be just only exterior spray painters, so we used to close business for winter.
Yeah, sure.
So my colleague, he went traveling in Asia, and I stayed in the UK. Got my place where I'm in now.
Yep.
And obviously I'd got no work, so I was like, well, I know how to do window cleaning. I was like, it's really easy. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, so I know exactly what I need, everything, to sort of get a little round going through winter, and then I'll just flog it when it gets to spring and go back to the spraying.
Yeah.
So that's what gave me the idea of doing the signs. But obviously I was in a new location. I was now in Maidstone in Kent. Yeah. I'm not there now. That's when I was staying at Mrs.'s mum and dad's for a little bit. And I thought, I saw loads of dirty signs, obviously, because I'd done it before. I always noticed them now. And I noticed there was a lot there. So I was just like, I'm going to clean these, and I'm going to just test the water and just have a play and just see what this does. And this is off the back end of me having a chat with my friend about TikTok.
Right.
And I said to him on a separate call, I was like, do you reckon if I film these road signs being cleaned, like it might fall under like that satisfying cleaning niche type thing going on? People were like, yeah, probably, mate. He says they seem to perform quite well. Let's just give it a go. I was like, yeah, all right. So I went out and filmed them in video, because I'd never done them as video. I'd only ever done them as stills, as pictures. That was years ago. Right. So I filmed them as video, started uploading them on TikTok. Obviously from absolute ground zero, no followers, fresh account. Fuck it.
Is that where you came up with the name as well?
So the name was actually Clean Scene London, which was my window cleaning business before I renamed it to Liam the Sign Guy.
Oh, okay.
So I went out and cleaned some signs, uploaded them, and it was slow to start with.
Yeah.
So you're doing like, I don't know, like from a few hundred to then like a couple of thousand. And impressive. And then I had one video do 52K.
Boom. Yeah.
And that brought me in about 3,000 followers, something like that. And I was like, oh shit. But it did that in like 2 days. Mm-hmm. So it went from like a couple of hundred followers to like just over 3,000 in a couple of days. Like, so it was like slow. So TikTok.
And was that one video a day as well? Like, or is it
around 5 a week, I'd say.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is a complete newbie to it. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just uploading them. I was learning about hashtags and, you know, it was all sort of self-taught and known research and stuff like that. And yeah, we had the first video do about 52K. And I was just like, oh, because at the time that was like insane. You know, like 52,000 people.
Yeah,
that is insane.
It's nuts. I think that was about the 7th or 8th upload that it did that.
That's good.
But then on the back end of that, whenever I uploaded a video, then they were always in the thousands.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had one do around 140K, I think, about a week later. And then it jumped up to about 11,000 followers. And then from then, it was like, there's traction behind this channel.
And as soon as you got that traction, the algorithm pushes it anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So.
And then we had a video do about 3 million. Which then bumped me up to about 30-something thousand followers.
Yeah.
This is over the space of about 6 weeks. And then we uploaded, when was it? I think it was March time, wasn't it? Something like that, around March time. So it had been about 8 weeks into doing it. I had a video do 52 point something million. And that's still like one of my best performing videos I've ever done because I got 110,000 followers off of one post.
That's nuts,
so
isn't it?
when you get over 10,000 followers, you get what's called a professional dashboard.
Yeah.
So the TikTok they will then make you a content creator, so to say. So it like elevates your account.
Yeah.
And you get metrics, so you can study like what's going on data wise on your video. And yeah, it brought in 110K followers, and obviously through the time I'd been running up these as well, it jumped it from like high 70s up to like 180. 180,000 followers, and then we built it up after that to about 210K.
Okay.
And then I stopped doing it because I went back full-time spray painting. I wasn't no cleaning anymore, so I sold the kit, and obviously it didn't really like. It was sort of a fun thing to do, and then it didn't sort of serve a purpose to me.
Did you ever think like this could be an income? Like if like, you know, once you hit that amount, you were like, oh, this could be an income, and I could use this.
At that time, no, because TikTok didn't pay anything. So effectively, sign cleaning and doing it for content creation was costing me money.
Yeah.
So it was like, and I didn't really have the money to spend.
Yeah.
So I had a hire van, so the van went back, and I sold the kit, and I went back full time spray painting.
Okay.
And then I just never touched it for about a year and a half.
Wow. So it's just in the doldrums.
Yeah. So it shot up to like 212K. So I knew the content worked.
Yeah.
And then I just stopped posting. And the TikTok account over that 1.4, a year and a half, sorry.
Yeah.
Went to about 180K, dipped down a little bit. And obviously I was not posting, so
yeah.
I left it. And then I spoke to my friend in Thailand again. And I had a catch up with him. I had about an hour on the phone with him and chit chat. And he'd actually managed to then monetize his TikTok, and we were just talking about it. And he didn't know that I'd done this on TikTok because we'd not spoke for ages.
Oh, wow.
So I said to him, I said, did you ever see that TikTok account that I built up? Because I think he said to me, it got up to like 60,000 followers, and he was like, oh God, I can't believe it, blah, blah, blah.
And you're there like...
I said, yeah. I was like, did you ever see the TikTok account that I set up? And he was like, no. So I sent it through to him, and he was like, mate, he's like, what you doing? He was like, you need to be doing that right now. He's like, get on it.
Yeah.
And I just said, no, fuck it. Yeah, go on then. And
fine.
I was like, I'll do it. Yeah. So I bought, obviously I had my work van for spraying, so I had a vehicle anyway. And I bought, instead of having the whole window cleaning setup of the tank in the back of the van and the pumps and the reels and all of that sort of stuff, I just bought like the portable kit.
Like a Ghostbuster.
It's called a backpack, yeah. So it's like a 20-litre water container with a pump in the bottom that's battery powered. And then it's a hose straight from that, straight through the pole system, the brush thing that you see. So it's the portable one. It's what you use to get around the back of terraced houses and stuff if you can't hose through and stuff. So I bought one of them because I thought, well, that's going to be convenient. And, you know, it's like a 300 quid setup, and we'll just give it a go and see what happens. So by this time, TikTok had a creators fund.
Yep.
Which obviously it never had previously. And to qualify for the Creators Fund, you had to have 10,000 followers.
Yep.
You had to be over the age of 18, and then you had to have, I think it was 100,000 views in the last 30 days.
Yeah, and you've got to be over a minute on your videos, right?
Yeah. You have to be over 60 seconds, which is not something that I'd ever done before.
Right.
So I thought, well, to make them 60 seconds, I'll put 2 sign cleans in one video.
Yeah.
Because they're about 30 seconds a piece anyway. Once you've sped them up slightly and edited them to just be literally the sign clean, it makes about 60. I tended to make them about 61 seconds.
Yeah.
I keep them as short as possible, but then sort of hit that Creators Fund.
Yeah.
I said to the missus, I was like, "Well, give it a go, and I'll give it 2 weeks and see if it hits it. If it doesn't hit it, I'm not doing it."
Fair.
And I ain't got time, and we'll just sort of like, doing the signs was always like a novelty thing. I just used to go and do it anyway. So I was like, we'll give it a go. It took us 18 hours to get into the Creators Fund.
Fuck it.
Yeah, it's mad. So we uploaded one video, and it did about 70 something K. And the concern that I had was because I'd not uploaded on the account for over a year and a half, that it can make the account dormant.
Yep.
So it just doesn't hit an algorithm, and that's when you see like accounts with big followings doing like 1,000 views, because the algorithms just shut off.
Or they paid for them.
Yeah, or they paid for them. So yeah, what most people do there is they just shut the account down and then make another one and start again. So I was like, we'll just see if it works, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah.
And we went out and filmed about 5 sign cleans, and I uploaded the first one, and it did about 70,000 views. And I was like, well, it's not dead.
Yeah, it's still there. That's still there. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I uploaded another video the following day, and it hit 1.2 million.
Jeez.
And it just screamed straight through the Creators Fund. I got notification from TikTok, like, you're eligible, you're in. Like, there you go. And that's kind of kickstarted it from there. So I started that in June last year, into the Creators Fund on TikTok, and then went full steam with the content and putting it out there.
Wow.
So TikTok, I think, is currently sitting on around 327,000 followers. If I'm truthful with you, I don't particularly like the platform.
Fair.
I don't know. It works in weird ways, TikTok. Like it's put my videos as like a violation of community guidelines a few times.
Honestly, it can be the sound. It can be anything. It's ridiculous. Like, we've got to be so careful. Like, obviously, we're not at that level anyway. But the fact is, like, we've got to, like, if we mention, say, you can't say the word COVID because it's like, boom, you're striking.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, everybody knows what it is. Calm down.
Yeah. And the problem that I have with TikTok is that it tells me that I'm not being original, and I'm like, well,
I am the sign guy, bro.
Yeah, like, I'm the only person that does what I do. Like, how is that not original? It says so your video has been flagged for originality and non-authenticity guideline violations.
That's mental.
And I'm like, how? Like, I am the only person that does what I do. And TikTok's actually taken a little bit of a dip recently. Like, it just doesn't seem to be performing how it used to. But
there's a lot of negativity around TikTok in general, though, isn't there? So that's probably part of it.
But then I started in September. I started Instagram. Yeah. And Instagram took off pretty well. So Instagram's got 216,000 followers.
Instagram's the one as well. It's so much better. Yeah, it's so clean to use. Yeah, and it's more mature.
Yeah,
it's a more mature audience. So 100%.
That's the main thing I like. So Facebook and Instagram are my favorite of my pages. So Facebook's doing quite well at the moment. Facebook's still continuously climbing. It does on average around 1,000 followers a day. I set that up at the beginning of December.
Oh wow!
So it's 2.5 months old roughly. That's on 134,000 followers. But the engagement's brilliant. Like the on there is really nice. Like, I kind of just stopped posting on TikTok a little bit as of recently, just because I'm not really too fussed about the platform, and I don't really like how it works. I also had my account hacked. I managed to get it back, but you just get no support.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I've got copycats. I've got people that have stolen my videos, and it's still active now. And
yeah. This is the thing. I think it's like because it's in the public domain as well, isn't it? Once it's in the public domain, you sort of lose, unless you sign rights to it and stuff. You sort of lose that content.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a like the platform would be good if it just provided a bit more support to its content creators.
Yeah, yeah.
And
of course.
there's been multiple times where I've had issues, and you reach out to TikTok support. I've never had a response.
Yeah, no, I know that. It's crazy because TikTok in China, they only play like educational videos.
Yeah, from China.
It's like
yeah.
unreal. It's like really good.
Yeah,
well, depending on how you want to look at the Chinese government, but you know, but like, it's a totally different ball game over here. Like with TikTok, because it is essentially it's open season for whatever you want to put on there, as long as you've got 80% of your clothes on. If that,
yeah.
It's a wild west of social media, isn't it?
Yeah, just a bit. So I kind of gravitate towards Instagram and Facebook because I feel that they are the most mature, stable platforms. Like I feel like you get real people.
Yeah,
like there are real people using TikTok, but a lot of them are just like,
as Donald Trump would say, Russian bots.
yeah. It's like it seems like a more non-genuine audience.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? Like when I speak to people on Instagram and Facebook, it's like chatting to you guys.
Yeah,
right. I speak to people on a level. I communicate with them like normal people.
Yeah,
and then like you get a comment on TikTok, and it'll be like, "Bruh, road sign looks sick," and I'm just like, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go. It's just like a bit of a sort of less serious audience, so to say. I don't want to slate anybody.
I think it's hard as well because a lot of them are like user 541326.
Yeah,
and it's like this isn't engaging to me, because as much as your content's engaging, you also want to be engaged. You know, so it's like
I like to speak to people.
Yeah,
and I like that from Instagram and Facebook. Like that's where you get like your real audience of real people, 100%. And they're way more like mature and supportive, genuine people.
Do you do like a YouTube or anything like that? I did see you've got a YouTube. Is that something you just don't really bother with, or?
I've actually tried quite hard with YouTube.
Oh, okay. I like I said, I browsed it, and
of course, yeah. So it won't be as full as the other platforms.
Yeah.
Naturally,
it's way harder to grow anyway. YouTube is nutty.
Mate, it's very difficult, and that's something that I wasn't really accustomed to because every channel platform that I'd hit skyrocketed.
Yeah. You sort of hit everything, and then also it's longer form content, isn't it, as well, which is way harder to create.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. That's something that I'm now actively seeking to set up. And to be honest, I wanted to sort of take the Sign Guy channel now, because it's sort of naturally evolved to this, is to doing more long form content. So that's sort of because I've got an international audience, like they don't know what the UK looks like. They don't know what all these little towns look like and how the UK is. There's loads of people the UK is a famous country throughout the whole of the world. And so many people don't get the opportunity to come.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, it's an insight into what the country looks like, not just London. Like, there's so much more.
Everyone thinks it's just London, don't they?
Yeah.
My partner's from the States.
I fucking hate London.
My partner's from the States, and her family, they're always like, "Oh, how's London?" And I'm like, "I'm not fucking in London."
Yeah, how's New York?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm moving over because I'm not really a fan of England. Like, it sounds unpatriotic, but I'm moving to America because.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, so the road signs over there are always clean, though. I will say that.
Yeah, I know. I'm going on 3rd of April.
Oh really? Where to?
Yeah. Are we kissing me? Is it kissing me? Yeah, kissing me. Yeah, Florida.
Yeah, I'm out to Tennessee. I'm moving to Tennessee.
Texas. That's like top of my hit list.
Just up from Nashville. Yeah, it's going to be sick. So
Tennessee is Texas, isn't it?
No, Tennessee is Texas, Tennessee. They're very similar states, but.
Oh, is it a state? Sorry, I thought it was a city. Oh, that showed my geography.
Tennessee.
Stick to your signs. But yeah, no, like that. I suppose it's sort of. I kind of link them in because I've heard them on Rogan and he's on about.
Yeah. Because they are the same. They're very they're red states, very country, farmy, cowboy. You know, so
maybe my kind of people.
They're my kind of people. Like,
100%.
It's unreal. They're like the Northerners of America, but just in different states. No, it's true. They are like, you know, because everyone talks to you, everyone's nice. It's a little bit more ruthless, but.
Yeah,
it's
cool. I like that. That's fine.
Yeah, that is true. Northerners are like proper sound people. They're like, "You're right,
they're
dog,"
all
all
nice.
that sort of stuff.
Hey,
aren't
off our
they?
dog, yeah.
Yeah.
Put Keckle on.
I remember the first time I took the missus up because she's from Maidstone.
All right.
And I took her up, and honestly, I was like, the Northerners are so friendly compared to like down south. Like everybody,
if you go into London, they're miserable as fuck, aren't
It's
they?
mate,
the only place people still say hi to you in the morning.
Oh yeah,
Like you walk down the street, hey up, hey up, hey
Yeah.
up, walk
morning.
through fucking
Like,
round
that's
here,
just-
and it's like,
Yeah.
you know.
If you
so-
speak to strangers in London, they think that you're going to rob them.
Yeah.
Like everybody's so paranoid and shifty. And
I mean, it does depend what watch they're wearing, whether I'm going to, you know. I mean, I am half Northern, so. No, I'm joking.
Yeah, it's in your blood. But yeah, I took her up to go and meet all my friends, and obviously everybody's way more easygoing. Like they're very chilled out. Everyone speaks to each other. Like,
How has it affected your like friends, like your lifestyle in that sense? Because have you had people who are like trying to like cling, like, oh, you've got like followers and stuff like that, like anything like that? Nah.
No, I've been really fortunate with that. I mean, I've got a very small circle, so with
yeah.
me being down here now, I've pretty much got my missus and my best mate. So me and my best mate, we moved down here together.
Oh, okay.
Because we're the ones that do the spraying together.
Yeah, yeah.
We used to do that up north
That's
before
cool.
we moved down south.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we moved to Greenwich.
Mm-hmm.
So we lived in Greenwich for a few months, and then we lived in Hemel Hempstead for a little bit. And then after that, obviously, we found our feet in the south, and we got our own places from there. So my circle down here is literally my best mate and my missus, pretty much, and his missus. So we've got this really like tight circle.
Yeah.
We have friends of ours that come down and visit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been quite fortunate that I don't really get any like cling type thing. Like if
It's
I
the
go
way
back,
to be, isn't it? As well, really.
Yeah,
like, for me.
Do you get noticed a lot as well? Like when you're out and about, have you had people come up to you and shit? Or?
not necessarily, no, because I suppose it's only very recently that I actually showed face.
Yeah, I was going to say you're not very on face.
Yeah, so it was kind of faceless for a long time. Like I've had people where I've spoken, just casual conversations with strangers and whatever, and I mention it, that they instantly recognize it.
Yeah.
I mean, most people I've spoken to have seen it, at least.
Yeah.
They might not follow it or whatever, but because there's only really one person that actually cleans road signs, so it's quite. It's well, you were the guy that cleaned the road signs.
Do you ever get stopped when you're doing it? Like when you're doing it, do you get like anyone notice to come up?
We get a lot of beeps.
Yeah.
A lot of beeps, don't we? That's something that's definitely more intense now than it ever was.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'd say that's where the recognition side comes in, because you'd be cleaning the sign or you're doing some filming and you get next year.
Yeah.
How long does it like roughly take to clean like these signs?
Between a minute and a minute and a half.
Oh, literally that quick?
Yeah. So I edit them down to like between sort of 25 to 45 seconds, really, for like Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really quick.
Oh,
like
wow.
it takes more time to pull over, get the kit out of the van,
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
put it away than it just to clean the sign. The cleaning the signs, the fast bit, yeah, that's like the easiest part of it. So I mean, when I run videos, they tend to run in like 1.3 times speed.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to give you an idea, like if you shave,
It's more satisfying to see that as well, isn't it? At the speed, I think, for sure.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I found that. So if you do it at real time speed, like I've done a couple at real time speed. Funnily enough, my most viral video on Instagram, that's done
62 million.
Yeah, 66. I think it's just hit today. I'll tell you. Pull it up quick. But I think
I know it's 60 something.
Yeah,
I did a little bit of research, didn't I?
There you go. A bit of background. 66.3. So I've got two. I've got one that's done 62 and I've got one that's done 66. They're the ones pinned at the top.
The thing that I was most surprised about is your Instagram. I was expecting to be going like scrolling down and just see tons and tons of videos, but I was so shocked when it was like so little.
Yeah,
compared to how the amount of followers you have.
I do archive them. So I'll put videos out there. I'll leave them on there for 4 weeks and then archive them. So the reason I do that is because I try and keep the most entertaining ones readily available on the platform, on the page.
Okay.
So if people want to click onto the page and they want to look at satisfying sign cleaning videos, when they scroll through, they're hitting top video, like good video,
the highest
video,
hitting
no
one.
like slow ones in between where they go and they'll flick off. And I think that's one of the sort of benefit ways of doing that, because you hold your attention of your audience much better.
100%.
So like, even I haven't posted really for I suppose recently, where I've been so busy, I've been a little bit lax on content creation. I haven't actually had time. Like, this is something I do in my spare time. I always say that it is spare time, and if I don't have spare time, then I'm not cleaning any signs, because I just haven't got time. Sometimes I'm working 7 days a week. So
I suppose it's really hard to monetize like that sort of content as well, isn't it? Just essentially.
I mean, the way that I do it now is, I've been quite fortunate. There's Don left. Sorry, I was just going to try and get a nicotine pouch. I'm sorry. I'll go and get some. But I think now, because it's hit the point it's now brand deal territory.
That's what I was about to ask next. Is have any brands like hit out or anything? You don't have to say the names.
I've got one now. So
I've seen the
Regatta.
The link on your what's the link on your Instagram then? The colour,
new colour.
Yeah,
that's the spraying business.
That's the spraying business. Okay.
Yeah. So I put that on there just because.
Well, yeah,
free advertising.
Yeah, it's fine. You know, we do it together, so it's not promotion of it, but if somebody wants to click into it, like
100%,
and see it. So that's the spraying business. So the bio will actually be changing quite shortly, because I've just secured a brand deal with Regatta.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so they reached out to me about 8 weeks ago. They sent me out some workwear to use for when I'm out sign cleaning, and it's unbelievable. I'm not saying this isn't a promo of Regatta. This is just genuine, like the work, because obviously I live in workwear. This stuff is top tier. Like, it's so comfortable, like, and it's really like quality stuff. When you buy clothes and you're like, this feels mega. It's literally that. So they sent me out some stuff to do a couple of posts in, and that was that.
Oh wow!
And about 6 weeks after that, I was getting approached by a lot of brands, for stuff that was non-related to my channel. Right. They were just looking at the views and the publicity, and they were like, "Oh, would you promote this like skincare and crap?" And I'm just like, "No,
don't need it, bro."
No, exactly. The thing is, it's like I'm a bit of an advocate for authenticity.
Yeah, salary, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm happy to do brand deals as long as it aligns with what I do. Yeah. Because the ultimate thing is that people follow my channel because I'm the sign guy who cleans road signs. They don't want to see road sign cleaning. Oh, by the way, have you tried new men's skincare? Do you know what I mean? So, it just doesn't align.
Who the fuck is this guy?
What the fuck? Like, so, when obviously this started happening, it sort of gave me the realization that obviously we're now in brand deal territory. So I actually then reached out to Regatta and said, I really appreciate the clothes that you sent out, and I actually really like them. I am now being approached by multiple brands, but they don't align with my channel. I would rather collaborate with brands that I would happily endorse their product through experience of using it. There's no point me promoting something that I don't know anything about. You've sent me your clothes. I like them. I feel that people that are in trades and whatever, like this stuff is the nuts. You get alt stuff, you got scruffs, you got all these different things. Like this Regatta stuff is the bollocks, mate. I really like it. It's the best stuff I've ever had.
He's doing his job, because now I'm thinking, I might have
I want to be on this. But no, genuinely on a level, honestly, it's unreal. And I put this in an email and I sent it to them, and I was like, would you want to do something more consistent? Yeah. Because I like your product, and I would rather reach out to you first than accept something with someone else. And they got back to me. They got back to me, and they were like, "We'd love to do something with you."
Boom.
So just literally, this is all in the last. I actually had the phone call this week just to finalize everything and confirm. So sort of beginning of March, we'll be, full Regatta brand ambassador.
That's cool.
I've had a few other things. I had a big one, but I can't speak about it.
Nah, of course not.
I'm not doing that one. But yeah, I think it's this brand deal stuff. This is super new. Like this is
course.
like, you know, latest news in sign guide. Like this is kind of what's going on right now.
Exclusive.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of just what's going on now, really.
What does the future hold? What's the plans? Have you got any like new plans? Obviously, the YouTube, the content on there, so that sounds interesting.
So future plan sort of from here on out is I really want to get the YouTube going. I feel like that's kind of a natural evolution of where this is going now, and that links into doing the vlog style content.
Yeah, like a day in the life and stuff like that.
Not necessarily
Not sort of day in the life, but as in like when you're cleaning.
It's more, So like, what I would like to do ideally is bring people. I want to make it more immersive.
Okay.
So what that would be in sort of hypothetically would be getting people to send in dirty road signs, as people do already, but make it more of a thing. So as like, have you seen a really dirty sign in your area? Right. And send it through. And I've had quite a few people do that now. So I've got a massive list in my notes on my phone of places that I need to visit. And what I want to do is sort of go to these places, document what I'm doing, you know, this actually doing the sign cleans themselves and whatever, you know, showing people how I find them, the equipment that I use. I've got another sponsorship deal, by the way, with the equipment now. So now the pulse systems and the backpacks, that's coming very shortly, which so many people have been asking about the brushes. Where can they buy one? And I was using an old broken one that I had from a
You recently updated it, didn't you?
Yeah. So it's recently updated. So that soon will be fully in stock. And
that's so authentic as well, though. You know, that's so authentic.
It aligns.
Like using this old thing, and you're like, it's fucking this old brush, Like you're not going out with like the newest shit, and it's just the authenticity is something that sticks with people, you know.
Yeah, that's it. And it's naturally, obviously, got to the point now where, you know, I would weld you an upgrade technically, and
it's running on an iPhone 5.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, it's still winding it up on the back. So like, So now I've got the new equipment, which is something that I can now say to people like, look, you know, you wanted one, like you've got one here. Here it is. This is the kit. So I'm going to do a giveaway on one of them as well.
Oh wow!
People have been asking, so I'm going to do like a little competition to send in the dirtiest road signs you can find. I will pick the top 5. And then I'll put them onto my social media and allow everybody to vote.
Oh, that's sick. That's so
cool. It'll be
that's cool.
So you can put 5 things in a poll.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put 5 things in a poll, which will be sign 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Which one do you want me to go and clean the most? And
so
whichever
sick.
one gets the highest votes, whoever sent that sign in, I will go and clean that sign, and then I will personally hand deliver you the new backpack pole system, and you can use it for your windows, your conservatory roof, do whatever you want with it. It's for free.
Will it be signed?
Oh, I'll sign it for them. I'm my sign guy. But that's just another thing to sort of make it a little bit more immersive and interactive with people. The big thing for me is engagement with people.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of doing the more vlog style content where kind of let people be in control a touch as to what I do and where I go,
where you clean, that sort of thing.
Yeah, make it a bit more immersive. Like I've got there's a few things that I've got like the idea of, which is I want to do like a bit of a campaign, which is like a nationwide road trip sign cleaning mission type thing, which is ultimately what I want to do with that. That's for my long form. I will break it down into episodes. So like each different area of the country that I visit, I'll break it down into an episode. So like
that's
we might be
fucking great idea.
Devon, you know, and then
that's a great idea.
Lancashire and everything. And then I can do like this tour of the country. And what I like to do is go to an area, like pick a Blackpool, right? For example, right? You go to Blackpool, clean all of the road signs, then upload it onto the local community Facebook page, and also create a video of the journey up to Blackpool, what I did in Blackpool. And I'm a big foodie.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do now is when I go to a place, I'll do, you know, sort of vlog style, you know, where we're going today, blah, 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 what we're doing, drive there, go do the filming of the sign cleans and where we are and what we see, and just sort of show the area and whatnot. And then go somewhere for like in the middle of the video, take like a lunch break.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I'd really like to align this with the channel that, I'm a very passionate foodie, and there's so many people out there that are very passionate, that make incredible food, and I'd love to go there, go for dinner, show what these people make.
And promote them as well.
I don't want paying for that. I'm not interested. I'm not saying restaurants have got to like pay me £100 for me to come and have dinner with you.
Of course,
that. It's just completely organic.
Yeah.
But everybody loves a good food recommendation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever watch them videos as well?
Yeah, flat out.
Like food review club and stuff like that.
100%. I like that. I like that Eating with Todd. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't seen him.
He's pretty good. Yeah, he's like he suits social media. He's got the right personality for it. He's very bubbly, and he goes all over to just basically just eat food.
Yeah,
and he'll say, we're at the so and so in blah blah blah. Look at this, and we ordered this, and we ordered, and you watch it, and you go, I want to fucking go there.
Yeah, and
what we tried to do with gyms.
Yeah, we tried to do that with gyms.
We had it was actually really good. It went really well, but we just ran out of gyms. Gyms. We just ran out of local gyms, and it was really hard to get in there because it's like you got to get in there. You've got to have like a small amount of people in there to record the content, and you've got to get the managers okay. And when you're starting off, you don't get the okay because they're like,
we thought it'd be really simple, didn't we? We thought it'd be so simple. Oh, we'll go there. But from a video that we'd done, we got told, no, we didn't ask for permission.
Yeah,
we got told off, basically.
It's like, what the fuck, man? You just got like 10k views on a video promoting your gym, and it's it was our first one as well. Yeah. And I was like, fuck. So,
annoying.
It is, it's shit. So, but we were still doing this, so we were like, we sort of like, let's do something else because podcasts are going to do this. And,
I love the idea of a podcast.
It's great, honestly. It doesn't matter if 10 people watch it, 10,000 people watch it, whatever, because
we said we'd just do it anyway,
today,
like no matter what.
Talking to you,
100%.
You're meeting people, like, and the people I meet, like everyone who I've done a podcast with so far, I've kept in contact with, and I'm like, sick, how you doing, and all that, and it's like, it's good crack.
It's like Rogan says it best. He's like, he says, obviously, I would do my podcast for free.
Yeah.
Because I get to speak to the most incredible people in the world from all different backgrounds, in all different industries and whatever. He's like, and I just sit here for 3 hours, smoke a cigar, and have a conversation with them.
And everybody's brilliant. Every person is brilliant in their own way. You just got to tap into that. And some people haven't, And I look at it like, I know, Bicker, you're teetotal, so you can't look at it like this. But it's like we're down the pub, just having a chat. So it's really interesting. I have got some questions for you from Instagram.
Well, fire at will.
I won't go through all of them because I know like there's a fair few which we probably answered. So we'll just go from that. So this is from Numb Willie.
Numb Willie.
If you could clean any sign from a movie, which one would it be?
God.
And there is a right answer because I've just thought of one, and it's got to be that one.
Do you know what would be a cool one?
Go on.
Like, I can't really think of anyone from a movie, but I can think of one that's probably been in a movie, so I can't really reference a film.
Go on.
But, if the sign on the way into Las Vegas was filthy.
That's fucking great. Or like the Area 51 sign.
Yeah.
Area 51 would be a good one.
I was thinking like the Elm Street sign.
But that's a cool one. Or the Hollywood sign.
But you'd need a bigger brush.
Get a fire engine on it. But I'd probably do the Las Vegas sign. I think that would be one thing. I mean, it'll never be dirty because in the middle of the Nevada desert, it'll never be any green on there. But if it could be dirty, then
I can make it happen when I go to America. Don't worry.
Great green with some like.
We need the sign guy. We need the sign guy. Okay, this one's from an American listener, actually.
There we go.
Do you clean the back of the signs?
Do you know what? I get asked this all the time.
Interesting.
No, I don't. No.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. So on the back of a sign, there's clamps.
Yeah.
And they will tear the brush
to bits. Yeah.
And also, there's the other side of this, because I get this all the time. Why didn't you clean the pole as well? Right? Because...
who's that helping?
Thank you. Right? And the point is, right, I get it. All right, the pole might be a little bit dirty. It doesn't serve a function.
Yeah.
The sign, triangular, circle, square, whatever it may be, is relevant. That's why I clean the sign. Also, it's a flat, smooth plate. It's not tearing my brush to bits. The poles that they sit on, 9 times out of 10, they're rusted, flaky metal.
Yeah.
They just tear the brush to bits.
It probably would look worse as well because you're going to flake more paint off, right?
And also, I've cleaned a couple of the poles for people, and I've done it just as a joke. And I've said on the channel, "Oh, well, all you pole warriors out there, guess what? I've just cleaned the pole. What are you saying about that?" And everyone was like, "Oh God, yeah, finally!"
I'm going to sound clip that. I've cleaned a couple of poles.
do it, yeah. But then, like, when I actually did it, everyone was like, "Well, it wasn't actually that satisfying watching the pole be clean as it was the actual plate." So, there you go.
Is there a favourite shape? Triangle, circle, do you know?
Ooh. Do you know what? I would say that, like, do you know what is funny? There's about the perfect size sign to clean and shape, because what it does is it has...
I never thought I'd hear that come out.
Me neither. Me neither. You and me both, right? If it's about 1 meter by meter and white background or yellow background, that's your daddy.
Oh, okay,
and if it's absolutely hanging, right, the dirtier it is, the better.
With the sign hub. You've got to put it on the sign hub.
So anybody that's listening, if you've seen 1 meter by meter white or yellow sign, it's absolutely hanging, DM me. And I'll be there.
There we go. Slide right in.
DMs, that's cherry on the cake. They're the ones I like. So yeah, if you find one, tell me.
Okay. Well, this isn't really a question for you actually. How do the signs get so dirty? They're never that dirty in America. Weather. It's literally the weather.
Well, it's the trees, isn't it? It's like when they're under the trees, and
it's just shit weather as well.
You get 2 different types of dirty sign. So you get signs in urban areas, which 9 times out of 10 that God, we're getting into sign complexity here now. Like, but you get signs that are covered in green, and you get signs that are covered in black. And if it's black and it's in an urban area, which is usually the case, or next to the side of an A road or approaching a junction where things are slowing down, things like that, that is carbon and brake dust. Builds up on the sign,
right?
The black one. If it's green, that's like mildew. It's like a green algae type thing. And that's normally, like you say, Biggs, the one that's under the trees. Because it's like it drips when it rains, it drips down from the trees onto the sign. They're in the shade, they're in a moist area, and that's the place for that kind of stuff to grow and sort of build up on the sign. So that's your build up from there. So you've got 2 different types. You've got your carbon, and then you've got your sort of mildew, sort of moss type build up.
Interesting. It is interesting though. Some people won't find that interesting, but I actually do.
It's great. I didn't even think about the brake dust and all that lot. Like, because I seen a video earlier that it was like your most dirtiest sign. I think it was labelled as your video.
Southampton one, where it says traffic.
Probably fucking was.
I don't know. It was black. It was like pretty much what you just explained. It was full of black brake dust and
It's filthy. So you get the 2 kind of like little build-ups. So they're the 2 that you'll find. The green ones I find are the best ones to clean.
What? And they still take like a minute to clean, even them dirty.
Oh, really? Them pole systems don't mess about.
Yeah, he's got a sponsorship.
The new one.
He's fucking amazing.
For the aqua spray pole. There you go. They can have a plug.
Last question, really, because I've just skimmed through them and made sure that
it's
answered
fine.
a lot of them. And have you ever found anything weird or unexpected like around near the signs? Did you take notice of what's like a random or anything like that?
Oh, God, you're racking my memory now because I've cleaned a lot of road signs. Tamsin. I should ignore me. She's got Netflix on her AirPods. I'm trying to find that sign.
And how do you feel about graffiti actually, like on signs? I bet that pisses you right off.
Yeah, I don't. Right, so truthfully, I actually don't think I found anything particularly weird around signs. Probably other than like a used Johnny or something. I was
going to say I went for I pulled up on the side of the road the other day. I know it's illegal, but I went for a wee, right, and I like jumped in this bush, and it was like on a side road, on like a little country road. I jumped in this bush, and I shit you not, I looked to the side, and there was like a full man's leather like chainy outfit. Just and I was like, I'm taking this home. No, I wasn't, but it was. But I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, what is this? Some weird dog in the spot, man. There's weird shit about weird shit.
Strange stuff. I remember we was sort of side note here. Me and my friends were hiking through the Peak District once, and we went off trail. we just went straight hardcore, like through the wilderness, and we were in this forest bit. And in the middle of nowhere, we found a mattress covered in shit stains, right? And then a set of boxer shorts, right, covered in shit stains and condoms and shit everywhere. And we was just like, what the fuck went down here? Like, you're like a mile off the train.
Is.
Yeah.
Someone's took the time to drag a mattress out here. Like, what? You know, unless the air dropped it in, then someone's literally dragged that mattress for miles.
Because no strangers to a shitty situation while driving. Let's say that.
Yeah,
all right, cool. Wow, I think this has been a fucking amazing episode. An amazing
I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it.
So obviously, I'll let you tell everyone where they can find you. I know it's super obvious, but where can everyone find you, Liam?
So if you go Instagram, Facebook, maybe on TikTok,
if you have to,
you'll find me at Liam the Sign Guy.
And what about the YouTube? Same thing?
At Liam the Sign Guy.
That's the one we want to push, guys. Get on the fucking YouTube.
Please, if you can, show some love to the YouTube. I know there's not a great deal on there now, but that's something that I'm really working on getting that channel off the ground. So, you know, by all means, please show some love on the YouTube. It's a bit of a bugger to get it going, but we'll
get there. You'll get there.
The thing that I love about this as well is like you're not relying on that as an income. You're like, no. If I can be bothered to do it, that sort of thing. I think that's really good to see.
Yeah, I've got a casual approach to it. I do it because I enjoy doing it, you know, and if it does...
It wouldn't have hit off if you didn't.
Yeah.
It would not have hit off if you didn't.
That's it. And, you know, and if it does do something, it does something. And, you know, quite truthfully, I just quite enjoy doing it. And I like engaging with everybody. And I like meeting new people and speaking to new people. I've had great opportunities through doing this. So,
do you know what the funniest thing is before we finish as well? It's crazy because you think about it like, like someone comes up to you like, I'm going to do a podcast with Liam the Sign Guy. They're like, what are you going to talk about? Look at what we've just spoken about.
Oh, loads.
Everything. Yeah. And it's so fucking sick and genuine. And again, everybody who's listening, you know where to find us, obviously. But if you haven't checked our TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere, you can find us. Video content's only on YouTube, other than Reels and shit. But audio, Apple Podcasts and Spotify, the main ones. Like, subscribe, rate, review, you know. Just do all the bits and the bobs. And thanks for listening. Peace.